do with my
awesome.
maybe.
Jody, we're gonna record that. I hit the record button, and yeah, I thought that this would be super cool to kind of show to our BitcoinWalk host communities or guide communities. We've got a bunch of people who have been running their Bitcoin walks around the world, different countries, different cities, and that like we're promoting freedom tech. We are using like I'm letting people use whatever they want. So it started with the initially with just one Telegram group, and then kind of Telegram became a go-to place. But we're decentralizing that, so people are now creating their own groups on Signal or on SimpleX or on Nostr as well. We've got a Flotilla implementation that is dedicated to BitcoinWalk. So now we can actually start taking things away from the big tech and allowing people to communicate elsewhere. But we've got a problem. I mean, we got a solution to a potential problem of how to advertise BitcoinWalk and how to do it, on different platforms. And that's where Satlantis is coming in, and the stuff you guys have been working on. And I've been watching, and we've been talking as well for a while. So it's well overdue this call. But I'm gonna pass it on to you and let you do a little demo, maybe if you wanna tell us a little bit about Satlantis and event management there, and how people in different cities could leverage Satlantis as a tool for their Bitcoin walks.
Of course, yeah. Thank you, Endo. And I've been in your walk in Helsinki and in the Groovy's talk in Barcelona. So in the walk of Barcelona. So the things that I'm going to share are also based on my experience as one of the attendees to these events. So let me share my screen, and you're going to see. So this is what you can see when you open Satlantis. I'm sharing my screen on my computer, but we also have an app, and the format is a little bit different in the app, but it's the same. You have the homepage is a calendar with all events or all calendars that are happening in the Satlantis ecosystem, which, by the way, it's powered by Nostr and Bitcoin. So let's go to, and you have like a search engine here. So let's search for BitcoinWalk and see what's in there. All right, so there are already some people that are posting their events, their walks in Satlantis, like the Gingers for Bitcoin here. Then we have Brendio in Australia, Bitvolution in Austria, Groovy's in Spain, etc., etc. So those are all the events that are happening. I would like to filter them only for the upcoming.
Jordi, could we stop here for just 1 second? Because I'd like to see, BitcoinWalk as a brand. I type it together, so it should be one word. I don't know if it's spelled like that in some other cases. Can you do a search for BitcoinWalk but spelled together?
Yes.
Let's see if anything comes up.
Yes.
Okay, there's still some. Okay, cool. I just wanted to check that.
So the thing is that every event organizer can set the name of his event as he wants. So for example, this one, it's in Spanish. BitcoinWalk in Spanish is called Caminata.
Perfect.
So, but this one, the organizer chose to write it with a space. Yeah. So maybe for the people that is listening, if you would like to at least to streamline or to be more coherent with the brand, maybe you could all like write it together, and even if it's in Spanish, maybe you can add it at the end in brackets, or find some generalization and word to make it easier for everyone to find.
Yeah, that's cool. People are going to do. They call that in their own languages, but it's fine. It's good to see that it's pulling results both on BitcoinWalk written together and separately. So that's fine.
And maybe there are some countries that, I don't know, they will not write Bitcoin like this. Maybe they use like the Bitcoin symbol. So maybe you can just search for walk and see what's going on. See, and now we're pulling the things from Austria that didn't pull up before, or these others, but those are not from BitcoinWalk. So I'm going to open one of this one, for example, BitcoinWalk in Austria, and see what's going on. So this is a real example that I didn't plan. I'm just going with the flow here. And you can see that this is organized by Bitvolution. When is this happening? Saturday, 14th of March. All right. So if people want to go, they can choose to register. This is free or not. All right. So we are Bitcoiners. We care about our privacy sometimes. So maybe you just want to hit the button interested. And the reason of those buttons in Satlantis are to help the organizer to know how many people is coming. If it's I don't know, like a walk with 10 attendees, and I am the organizer, I need to know if we are 10 before I start the walk, because I don't want to leave anyone behind. Now, options that you have as an admin, when you're an admin of an event, you'll see this purple bar. You have manage access. I have this because I'm an admin on the platform, and only admins of events will see it. So imagine that you want to count how many people is coming, but you want to preserve the privacy of the attendees. So we have a section here with all these options with a button that is called hide guest list. So once you hit this, only me, the organizer, would see the name of the attendees. This might be useful for me because I need to know who's coming to count them. And it might be useful for you as an attendee because you want to preserve your privacy. But sometimes you don't want to do that. So it depends on the organizer. Now, imagine the attendee. The attendee doesn't have the choice to select if his name will be shown or not. Well, that's why Satlantis uses Nostr. And for example, now I'm logged in with my public Jordi profile, but you could generate a new Nostr account per each event that you are attending. And I don't care, like we from Satlantis, we don't care.
Could we do it in another like a browser window just to show the?
Yes. So let me open this URL. We're gonna use the same example, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open a Tor browser, and I'm gonna share not Tor, an incognito browser. As you can see now, I access the URL of that walk, and it doesn't have a left menu here because I'm not logged in, and there is a sign button here. Yeah. So as a random user that never heard of Nostr or that never heard of BitcoinWalk Austria, I will hit register, and this is what will happen. It asks me what ticket I want. The organizers can choose to offer paid tickets. So I encourage every Bitcoin walk to consider adding donation tickets. Those are very useful. I would suggest to always have a free ticket, but donation ones to help support you if they like you. And you can pay with fiat or with Bitcoin, right? So both options are available. Now, I'm a random person. I'm selecting the free ticket and going to check out. All right, so it asks me for two things: name, which can be blah, 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 and email. The email needs to be real if you want to receive the ticket. If not, you can use, I also recommend people to use like those 10-minute mail or aliases if they want to. Why are we using this? Because normal people don't know nothing about Bitcoin. About Nostr. Now, if you are a Nostr connoisseur and you know how it works, look, there is another section here. Already have a Satlantis or Nostr account, log in. And when you hit it, again, this is normie friendly. Continue with email, with Apple, Google, or what is this? Continue with Nostr. And here, it allows you to either add your Nostr key or create a new one. And you can use Albi, Keysband, or Nost2x. So we are inviting everyone or giving everyone as many choices as possible. So this is like how it would look for a normie. And if they have an app, on the app as well, it will look a little bit different because on the app, on the mobile app, you do not have extensions because extensions only work on browsers. So then you will have a button that says generate a new Noster
Identity. Yeah.
So if I would hit refresh now, it would log in with my, I'm using Keysband, I think now.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna do this because I already have done it on this other screen here. So once you register, it would send you here, and then you can register. Now again, this is useful only if you want to keep track of who's coming, right? So I'm showing you this because normally event organizers, they have or limited space, or if it's a walk, they need to know who's coming before they actually start the walk, and forget, as I was saying, anyone behind. Now, the problem with Satlantis and BitcoinWalk is that there are two platforms for the same reason, right? So, and I don't like that. It's like having Luma, Meetup, Eventbrite. You're not going to post your walk everywhere, because if you do it, every of these apps will keep track of who's coming. And you don't want that. You want to centralize the count in a single place. Because if I am using a newly created identity on Satlantis, and then by mistake, because I forgot about it, I also register in, I don't know, maybe you do like a poll in your Telegram, and I register there, you're making it more difficult for the event organizer to know how many people is coming, because the count, he will add the people from the poll in Telegram and the people from Satlantis, and maybe you're using Eventbrite or something else. So Satlantis can be used as only as a way to promote your events that you're centralizing somewhere else. For example, you can use this section here that is called Event Ticketing RSVP on another website. And here, the website could be your Telegram group or whichever other tool. Maybe you're using Google Forms, whatever you're using. And if you do that, when people would click here,
I think normally we would just have a link to the chat group wherever it is, whether it's Telegram or Signal or Nostr. Some cities still use WhatsApp, and people are going to use what they're going to use. So, but it's a useful tool to have this flexibility. So similarly to
yes.
to bitcoinwalk.org/grass in this case. In Satlantis, they could have a link to the. I think they're actually having a flotilla relay set up. So there's a Nostr chat there on the BitcoinWalk.org.
And the link, when people would hit register, instead of opening this select your ticket pop-up, it would automatically open a new link, a new tab to the flotilla website. This is good for the organizer. So then the event will still be discoverable here under the events tab, because many people is using Satlantis to discover what's going on in their city. So for example, I go to Dublin. And there is a Bitcoin walk in Dublin. Okay, so if I am an event, a person that wants to go to events and uses Satlantis because it's a marketplace of events, it's making it easier for the organizer, at least, to keep track in his desired place. You don't have to use Satlantis as the management tool, which you could. There are other people that maybe they still think that Flotilla is too advanced for the users, or maybe they don't have the energy to run a Telegram group, and maybe they want to use something else. I'm just giving here optionality for the people, right? There is another thing that might be interesting. I show you like those options, no? Like the hide guest lists. This is, for example, important if you are expecting. For example, I was now in Berlin, in a small town in El Salvador, and Saifeddin Amus came, but he didn't want everyone to know. All right, no problem. We hide the guest lists, and then the organizer knew it, and if you knew, you knew. So there are many, and maybe you don't want to showcase. Maybe some of you guys don't want to. I don't know, but maybe you don't want to showcase your walk in our marketplace. You can hit this unlisted option, and then only people with the URL will see it. I don't recommend it for the walks, but maybe sometimes you want to use this for your birthday. Or I don't know, maybe it's you want to do a surprise to one of your friends or whatever, right?
Well, I know that there used to be quite like a privacy-driven walks as well, pleb walks. Maybe there still exist. So they are like, they don't advertise too publicly. So maybe that's
that
an
would be
option.
useful. That would be a useful feature for this type of people. If anybody of you are listening, remember that it's just one toggle away. And then there are other events that, for example, we work a lot with women in Bitcoin, and they only want to accept women to their meetups because it's women meetups. So you can select require approval, and then you would see who registers, and because you can ask questions, so you can choose who you want to admit or not. I don't think it's useful for the walks. Now, there are other options that maybe you have a database of guests, maybe an email because you have a newsletter or whatever. You can always invite guests here, uploading a CSV file. And then once you have your next event, one click, you hit submit. So let's say, and this is also connected to Noster. So you start writing, look, I think that's you, Endo. So I could hit submit here, and it would send you a private DM on Noster. But if you're not on Noster, and I say Endo BitcoinWalk.org, I'm making this email. Imagine that this is your email.
Yeah.
If I would hit submit, it would send like a private DM and an email. This is very useful to onboard or to, when you have an event, to promote it to a previous database that you might have. Now,
Gotcha.
there are many options here that might be interesting. The ticketing, I recommend, as I was saying before, to always add, every event needs to be free. All the walks need to be free. Hey, but why don't you just offer me like donation, small donation, right? And then you can explain here, the donations will go to, we're going to buy some water, and then we're going to distribute water to the people that is coming. And you can say that the donation is 5,000 sats, okay, whatever. Or maybe you want to price it in dollars or whatever. Or I think this is most for the advanced people. If you have a Stripe account, you can connect it, and then you can charge in any currency. Here it says US dollar, but you can charge in any currency accepted by Stripe. And then here you have a dashboard of who paid, because, and now this is for the Freedom Tech interested people, every event becomes a wallet. Every event. So then, as a BitcoinWalk organizer, you know which of your events are performing better than others. So you have like this dashboard of how many tickets you're selling, because each event is the wallet. Now, important, the wallet is not yours. It's ours. It's a Satlantis custodied account. So that's why we have a withdraw button here.
Okay.
Right? So important, as don't have much money unless you feel comfortable, right? It's very, very important. And now there is another thing that might be, that's the last piece of the demo that I would like to show you, that might be interesting for the Bitcoin walk organizers. Now we show you how one walk looks, but you don't do one walk. You normally do once a week or once a month.
It's a recurring event, yeah.
They are recurring events. So for example, let me go to calendars. There is one thing that is called calendar. And this is, again, another URL, unique URL that could be linked under the BitcoinWalk.org page of each of you. So I'm going to remove the filter of Dublin. I'm going to go global. And I want to show you some of the calendars that you can find. I'm going to go with the one that I am organizing in Barcelona because I'm more familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
A calendar is a page that people can subscribe to. I am subscribed to this one. And every time this event organizer posts a new event, I will receive an email. Now, there are no events in the future, but if you toggle to the past, you'll see all the events that we have organized. Bitcoin and Gen Z, that was last Tuesday. How to work in Bitcoin, blah, 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 the projection of a documentary. So for me, as an attendee, I am subscribed to this calendar. And what is the value for the organizer? First of all, that anybody can submit an event. So you don't have to be, imagine that you are a group of people taking care of your walk. So maybe somebody else can submit it under this calendar. Now, because everyone can submit it, the organizer of the calendar has to accept or decline it to avoid spam.
Okay.
And once you have the admin control, this is for me like the thing I like the most. You see, the Barcelona Bitcoin Hub is the owner of this calendar, but then we have others that have these admin possibilities. So that's what I said, that maybe I'm a contributor, or Losku has been invited. And the thing that I like is the newsletter. You can create a newsletter, and this is like what you see is what you get. So Bitcoin Walk Barcelona, February stats.
28. Yeah.
So that would be here, and then I can say, hello everyone, blah blah blah. Now January, and you can do titles. So this is January, February, and then you can add pictures as well. I don't know if I have any pictures here. So you can add a picture, and you can explain here, like today's or this month's talk, walk, increased, blah, 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 blah. And when you hit publish, well, this is saving now. When you hit publish, it would be sent to all the people that is subscribed to this calendar.
How will it be sent? Would it be sent by email or like Noster, or because some people
the newsletters are sent by email. So every person, when they register to a calendar, when they subscribe to a calendar, sorry, the button is here, subscribe. Yeah. They will be prompted. If they haven't given an email yet, they will be prompted to add an email. And at the moment, this is free. But maybe in the future, well, maybe no, we are building this for the future. We are adding wallets to everything. This will be a wallet as well. So it will be a way for BitcoinWalk organizers to monetize their communities. So for example, you can add like a free subscription or a paid subscription. So the free subscription only tells you when is the next walk, for example, right? And you'll see it in the calendar. But for the paid ones, maybe you get a premium newsletter with information about the town, or maybe there is like a VIP comes to town and you want to do like a VIP walk. All right, so I'm just giving ideas. The purpose of Satlantis is to help monetize communities using Bitcoin or fiat, right? So the idea is that with the excuse of a walk, you can bring commerce to your community, and you are onboarding, you are orange pilling these people to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is embedded. Everything will be a wallet. Everything is a wallet. And I'm not showing my phone, but on the phone, once you go to your profile, this is my last piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
On the phone, when you load your profile, 1 second, it's loading. On the phone, you see this button that is wallet. When you click it here on the website, it says coming soon. On the phone, when you hit wallet, it would open your Lightning wallet. And we are not promoting it. It's hidden here. It doesn't say Bitcoin wallet. It just says wallet. So this is those are a couple of tools that you guys can use if you want to monetize, or if you want to not only monetize but bring or add value to your communities. So, for example, in the walk I did in Barcelona, I came with some metal plates with like stainless steel metal plates, and I gifted them to all the attendees. So this could be something that instead of gifting them, I could talk to the Bitcoin Walk organizer and say, can we add like a ticket that says free or a small donation and you get a free metal plate or whatever, or just a gift or
Yeah,
anything.
I do want to encourage everybody organizing Bitcoin walks to maybe do like a cash token that people can reclaim as the first way to buy, well, to get some Bitcoin. So you have a normie coming in, and you just give them a QR code that costs you €5 or something, and then they can get €5 worth of sats. Of course, this is KYC free selling Bitcoin, but
Yes.
it's also should be like a way for people to get on board, and like there could be like I'm keeping that open, like people will do what people want to do. So if you want to be creative with this, by all means, add some premium, make it €20 or €19 worth of Bitcoin for €20 or €21, whatever works for you. I think these are the right ways, right tools to onboard. Keep it at small amounts, of course, if you want to do that this way. But as you say, having an item that you bring in and you either donate or maybe you want to make it a cash token that is, with 21 sats for free as a donation.
Yes.
That's also a good way to learn how it works and to practice with that. So that's great. I like those ideas. I think, Jordi,
Thank you.
like one thing that I'd like to appeal to the Bitcoin organizers is that you guys are free to do whatever you want, and Satlantis is one of the tools that us Bitcoiners, we know. If you know, you know, but also for the normies or those who are still curious about Bitcoin, that is going to be very familiar in terms of user experience and interface to your normal sign up to the event thing. So I do encourage you guys to check it out. And Jordi, thanks for the presentation. And if there's any questions, we'll relay. I'll probably add you to our Telegram group as well, so you're in touch with the organizers. Maybe
Please.
they can some direct questions there. I think that's been very useful, and it's a great tool. And thanks to you and Alex for building such a great tool and spreading the adoption. Do you have anything to close the conversation today?
Yes, go to bitcoinwalk.org, explore all the walks in your town. Or if you are traveling somewhere, I've done it when I was traveling, and it's a nice way a different way to mingle with Bitcoiners or with people that might not be Bitcoiner but are curious. So, and I like the new website. So, if you haven't checked it out, like go test it.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody will be familiar with that because this video is primarily for those who already organize Bitcoin walks. But yeah, maybe you want to share it with somebody else. So absolutely. Jordi, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much. Let's keep talking and keep building.
Awesome. See you soon.
Take care.